we're going to be doing more work to the 240 today. We got a lot planned. I decided I wanted to go ahead and stitch weld the engine bay and maybe some of the chassis. I'm not too sure yet. But first things first, we're going to go ahead and relocate the fuel lines from the passenger side to the driver's side because of, like I said before in the previous videos, the intake in the fuel rail is on the driver's side or the left side of the car, but in the KA it's on the right side. So we're going to switch it over, that way we don't have any exhaust close to hot fuel lines, or yeah, you know what I mean. So we're going to go ahead and start off today by switching that over, and then we're going to go ahead and maybe start taking off all the seam sealer stuff in the engine bay, and this is exactly why. Originally I wasn't going to stitch weld any of this stuff, I was just going to leave it as is and paint it. But with these support tubes here, we had to grind away a lot of the seam sealer, as you can see that goes around the top of the strut tower. So you can see it kind of has like a weird ending right there. If it ended right here, honestly I would have just left it. But I don't like how that looks. It's going to bother me in the long run. So I'm going to go ahead and, I was going to just go ahead and take the seam sealer off of here and just stitch weld that. But then I was like, if I want to do that, I might as well do everything else, because I have to do this too. So we're probably going to end up doing the whole engine bay. I'm kind of regretting the decision because of, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a pain to get all this stuff off. But we'll see. I want to kind of just do this and then up here just to keep it simple and easy. But at the same time, if I'm going to do it now, I might as well just do it 100% and be done with it. So let's start with the fuel lines and we'll go from there. And if you guys didn't notice, the 240 is in the garage now. As you guys remember, it used to be in that corner there, but it was raining the other day, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get it inside before the rain. So my excuse was that it's raining and it needs to be inside because the car can't get wet. But I ended up putting it in the night after the rain, and it never rained afterwards. So it's in the garage now, which is way better for me because it's under the shade, so I don't overheat out there. Also, it takes the car out of the driveway because, as you guys remember, or if you guys didn't notice, we never had a car in the garage, so it just put too many cars outside, and now everything looks all clean up. We don't have this project that's just sitting in the driveway for everyone to see. Now it's tucked away in the garage and less cars in the driveway. One thing I really need to do to this car is get a bash bar with a jacking point, because previous owner of this car decided to take the tow hook points, and that's normally where I would jack it up from in this case. But since those are gone and I don't have a bash bar with a jacking point, we're gonna have to go for the diff, which is down there somewhere, and let's go ahead and jack her up. We got the car on all 4 jack stands, as high up as these jack stands will go. If I shake the car, hopefully the car won't fall. Yep, not going nowhere. So let's go ahead and get under there and take a look what we're about to get ourselves into. Follow the fuel lines all the way up. It's those 2 inner ones there, and they actually go into these 2 right here. So what I'm gonna try to do, since these are soft lines and this is where the hard line starts, I'm gonna go up top, pull the cap off for the fuel pump, and see if those soft lines lead to here. And if so, I'm probably just gonna get new fuel lines and then make them longer so I can route them all the way up here to this side of the frame rail, and then just take the hard lines and then just move them right on over. But before that, I'm gonna get a broom and dust off all these spider webs because this is kind of disgusting. Gotta just open this up, and then let's undo this cap here. Yep, these are the hard lines, or the soft lines. So let's go ahead and what I'm gonna do is get some rubber lines, go to O'Reilly's, buy some longer fuel lines, and we'll go ahead and put them in here and fish them all the way through. Alright, so before we get too dirty, let's go ahead and go over to O'Reilly's, pick up some fuel line, and get started on this thing. Everything we needed, well, we got this little wire brush here that I can connect to the drill. That way I can get into these really weird spots in here. And I also got the hose clamps. and the fuel lines. I paid for it all, but I don't have the fuel line here yet. They had to order it because they didn't have it in stock. So, but it's gonna be here around 2. It is 12, so we're just gonna go ahead and get to work on. You know what? I was gonna say get to work on getting the engine bay all seam sealer off, but let's actually go ahead and work on taking the hard lines out. That way we can move them over to the passenger side and plumb them up when the fuel line is here. So let's go ahead and get under there. As far as the hard line goes, it looks like there's only one bolt there, one right there, so it's 2, 3, and 4. And after that, I think I can just yank the lines that I need out and move them over. I'm probably just gonna cut the soft line where it goes into because I'm gonna replace them anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on doing that. Cut to the time lapse because you guys know I love my time lapses. Alright, so if you take a look back here, there's no more rubber lines there. The soft lines are actually right there and somewhere on here. We also got the 2 fuel lines here. This was the feed, I can tell because the filter is attached to it. This was the return. So now we're going to go ahead and put these over on the driver's side of the car. And then wait till 2 o'clock and we're going to pick up our fuel lines. So we can route them from there, down and over, so they can meet to the hard line. So let's go ahead and start routing the hard lines. If you take a look here, we have our fuel lines now on the driver's side. We have the brake line still here, and then that's the vent one, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but this is for the brake line. It's gonna go there, and we have our return line and our feed line is what it's gonna be. This is the return line because the regulator is right here, and return. Yeah, there you go. That's closest there, and that's gonna be the feed. It's that low because I want to have a filter right there. And then from the filter go inside the injectors. So let's go ahead and show you guys what it's like underneath. So if you take a look from under here, you can see there's still some of these factory brackets that I utilized. We had some extra, so I decided to use them, be as OEM as possible. So it's from here, put on the little bracket thing. It goes all the way across. I had to rebend most of these to fit how I wanted it to. There's another bracket right there. Comes up with the frame rail and it stops right here. And then from the tank, it usually comes out there. I'm gonna have the soft line run all the way across and then down into here and plumb it into here. So this is gonna be the feed. This is the return. We're just waiting for our soft lines to come in and then we can go ahead and plumb this up. Alright, so while we were waiting for it to be 2 o'clock so my lines will get in, I actually started going at the seam sealer stuff here. And honestly, it wasn't too bad to get them off. It still sucks. But with that wire wheel that we bought for the drill, I was actually able to, it's actually super easy. So as you can see, this is all out. This is all out. We got whatever was left of the seam sealer here off. We got it from here all the way down up here, and we're starting to work on it up here. It's a little dirty, but you can see I got most of that off. We're about almost halfway through. We still have to do this whole side, but we're gonna go ahead and pick up the fuel lines because both batteries of the drill actually died. So let's go ahead and pick up our fuel lines and then get back to fuel stuff. I ordered 6 feet of hose here. And the idea is I'm gonna go ahead and shove it down here where it would be, and go under the car and try to route it and then plug it into the hose or the fuel lines, and then from then cut off and then do it again for the next one. So let's go ahead, and now that this is down here, let's go into the car and figure out where it's going. Alright, so take a look. This is our fuel line that we just fed through that hole. We have to figure out the best way to route it to go across the chassis and then come across here and somehow into those lines there. So I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys down, figure out how to do it, and then show you guys what I came up with. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, well I got 6 feet of that hose line because I thought that was going to be more than enough, but everything's routed where it needs to for that one line, and this is all I have left of it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it to length and then get more of this hose line. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to that. Alright, so we got that one fuel line in now. This one I'm actually not going to do it today just because I really don't want to have to leave and go to the store again. So we're just going to go ahead and keep getting all the seam sealer stuff off of the engine bay. Alright, so many minutes later, we finally got all of the seam sealer off, and all the seams are exposed, ready to get tacked and stitch welded, or tacked and then I don't know. It's getting welded. So let me show you guys exactly what I did. I actually marked everything out so we know exactly where we want to put each weld. That way it looks evenly spaced and it's not just randomly placed and blah blah blah. Let me show you guys. So if you look here, all the little spots right there, those are where I'm going to have the welds. The bigger gaps are where it's going to be nothing. It's spaced out every inch with half-inch tack or half-inch welds. So it'll be weld, inch gap, weld, inch gap, weld, inch gap, so on and so on. It's all evenly spaced. We got 6 of them up here, and then same on that side. It's going to end up being 6. On this side, however many it is going to be, I forgot. Same on that side. It's all, this side and that side is going to be all equal. As far as down here, I'm pretty sure it's more or less equal. I mean, there's so much like that's going to go there that I can't even tell. The same thing, it's going to be weld, 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 so on and so on. So also the same with it right there, and all across the firewall here. You can see where I have everything marked out. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. We got a lot done, even though it always seems like it's not much. It is a lot. We got the fuel lines moved over, which is a big step in fueling kind of. And we're not quite done because we still need to put that return soft line from the hard line to the pump thing itself, the sending unit. Is that what it's called? But yeah, so we got the fuel lines relocated to the driver's side or the left side, whichever one you want to call it. And then we also got all the seam sealer taken off and the firewall and the engine bay marked off to be stitch welded. That way, honestly guys, I have no idea what the point of stitch welding is. For me, it just looks cool. I'm pretty sure it stiffens it up or something like that. But I'm doing it mainly because it looks cool. So, and like I said, if I'm doing it now, I might as well do it once and not have to go back and do it again. So that's all done. Engine bay is ready to get stitch welded. Fuel lines are on the right side. And that is it for today, like I said. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'm trying to do as much as I can to get videos out for you guys. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys would see or what you guys would like to see other than drifting, car stuff. If you guys would like to see like just my daily stuff, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll end up filming it. I don't do much, but like, let me know. Peace out, guys. See you on the next one.